it appears based on the internet feedback that we have been live for 20 seconds. So that
sounds
great.
Real pretty.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Myth Brigade despite all kinds of work stuff and other stuff, life stuff. James is here for the first time. And Byron, this is your show. So let's get naughty with the bird in the hand. Bird in the hand.
All right, guys. Welcome tonight here on Myth Brigade as we do yet another episode of the Era of the Sword, the Circle, and the Serpent, or Pendragon game by Chaosium.
Yeah.
Waiting for that fancy 6th edition to arrive somewhere this year, hopefully. But in the meantime, we'll be doing this 5.2 stuff and go from there. So apparently I don't remember things from the game, so like they have to actually start like sending me snippets and stuff like that out because I don't even remember. Apparently we introduced James as Marcus on our last episode. So those of you who weren't watching, that's James as Marcus.
But I'll own it. I am behind on my edits. I know, and I am very sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry.
He's not.
I am. I'm actually sorry. If I could do this for a living, I would be so on top of my edits.
Right. Absolutely.
For the record, I'm also behind on all my
emails.
emails. Yeah, dude, that'd be awesome. Hey, pay us, everyone, internet. Give us all the money, and then we'll do this for a living.
For the record, I'm all caught up on my edits. Because I have 0. But,
Hey, look what I rolled. A 1.
critical success.
Sorry, that was a dad joke.
All right. So welcome again. Hey, we'll just go around the horn real quick. Tim, how you doing?
Life is good. Playing a couple 5e games that are super exciting. This, and then just going into my 3rd session of Earth Dawn, which just been a fantastic game, and I'm really enjoying that. So,
what do you like about Earth Dawn? What do you like about Earth Dawn?
It's just the mechanics, the way, especially the way that they weave magic into pretty much all of the character classes, and yeah, it's been really enjoyable.
That's by FASA. Like the people that did BattleTech back in the day, right?
Could be. I don't know the answer.
Holy
to that.
shit.
It is, in fact.
Okay. Hey, FASA, get at us.
Yeah.
Because Tim sounds like he might want to run some Earth Dawn on the channel. That's what it sounds like.
I could be tricked into that. It's a good game.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice. All right, Mr. Nedley. How are you doing?
Hi. I'm doing all right.
It's like I'm
doing
unmuted.
all right. Doing great.
That half a can of ravioli.
Delicious ravioli. No, everything's fine on my end. I've been working. I just finished off a horror convention. That's horror. I realize I can't pronounce that.
Horror convention, eh?
Yeah, my girlfriend says I can't go to horror conventions anymore, which is sad. 'Cause that was my old job. I don't have any more jokes. That's all I got, man.
You know what I love? So I got to say this. So Spooky Empire is the horror convention you went to. And
Yes.
I have dozens of friends. I'm well connected with sort of the local metal community. They're like all my bros and sisters and whatnot. They all go to that thing. I've been trying to go to that thing forever. And I can sense they all walked past you or like stopped and were like, holy shit, that's cool. You're like a celebrity.
Come with me to the next one. I got cool shit.
Here's the thing. We've got these. We have these gorgeous big energy books. Your artwork, original artwork, customized. The covers actually are sort of the same base, but each one has a different head, like face kind of thing going on, or head, as it were. So we're going to start giving these away. We may give the first one away tonight. So
Do you have a song winner yet? Have you selected a song winner yet?
Shit, I need to go back and look at that.
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm so
My buddy's my buddy was saying, you owe me a shirt, bro.
Yeah, I think
what
I
he
do.
said.
I think I do. I think that's right.
And he took a book.
He took a book.
Like, that's
He's like,
mine. Jason said that's mine.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. All right, I owe him a shirt. Can you give me his details and I'll send him the thing?
I will. I'll do that. I'll send it to you.
Who wants to be the promotion manager so that people will hold me accountable for doing the shit I'm supposed to do for promotions? Good, Tyler. Thanks for volunteering. I appreciate that.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice promotion.
Every fucking time.
And then I murdered Jason.
You're not allowed to talk when I'm drinking red wine. Tyler, I hate you so much.
Okay. We got books. Thor, get a book. This is good shit. Moving on. God.
He did.
You're not surviving.
There's a mute button.
So let's see how that works.
He's gonna throw up right on camera.
It'll be like Stand By Me. Everybody just starts barfing on their camera. Sorry, everyone. Hey, Garrett. What?
In support.
Thanks.
All right. James, how's it going with you?
Hey, things are pretty good here. I'm going through my Steam catalog, playing some stuff I haven't played in a while, like Deus Ex, Human Revolution, old classics.
Nice. All right, Tyler.
What's up? Just woke up from a nap.
I already know what
Worked
you're
all day
doing.
this morning.
Fucking napping.
Napping, that's about it.
You got to make Traveler characters.
We did.
That was fun.
Awesome.
Made Traveler characters on Friday. Played a little bit of Traveler. Getting back to some Pathfinder on Friday. Some more Pendragon today. And hopefully in a few weeks, we're going to play some Wild Hunt.
Yes,
and
we
some
are.
Fallout.
Yeah.
And some Fallout upcoming,
That's awesome.
perhaps.
Yeah, and some
in
Fallout
August.
on the stream that
In August.
we're not a part of. But
Yeah.
two different Fallouts we've done.
Yeah. So I think Fallout's a big enough thing. We stream them both. Jordan's been looking to run. He was going to run Trail of Cthulhu, which is a gumshoe equivalent, right, of Call of Cthulhu or the Savage Worlds one, and it's just never lined up. So the more the merrier, especially with Len, dropping us into Greece with the Den. My favorite game I've ever played my entire life. We need more DMs. So, yeah,
True.
more of that.
If you're gonna run, we'll play.
Exactly. Bring it on.
Absolutely.
Bring it on.
All right. So with that, Jason, anything you want to add?
Nope, I'm fine. I'm great. I'm happy to be here. I've been traveling a lot, and I'm so far behind in all the things that I enjoy in life. But I'm, doing the thing that keeps you getting a W-2 every year, or whatever. Yeah.
Because that's important. That's important.
Yeah, it is. I suppose.
Unfortunately.
If you
Also,
can't pay the cable bill, then
Also, it's fucking hot here. I'm just gonna say it's hot. It was like 102 degrees, and the air is water here. So I
I have
cannot.
this beautiful air conditioner right beside me, so everything feels fantastic.
I can't wait to get on a plane tomorrow. It's 69. No, it's 69 degrees. No dirty joke. Well, yeah, if you do what you want in the chat, but it's 69 degrees right now in Basingstoke, England, which is where I'll be tomorrow. Thursday. So stoked.
Steve.
Fucking stoked.
Whatever happens tonight, you have to find a way to reenact when you're in the UK. just using random people in the street.
Yeah, or
Hand out
people.
a few
Yes.
scripts.
Yes. I got this.
You guys want a pastry?
It is a fucking
come on,
pastry.
pastry. I got this beautiful samosa.
I
Yeah.
heard they're great for you.
So I see we're warming up, Byron. We got a bunch of people watching. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for showing up. We're just getting through our intros and getting Byron all warmed up and stuff. And now that he remembers that James is here and stuff, we're ready to
It's all right.
kill some
right.
vampires or whatever.
It's
Dragons.
over.
Yeah, the
We're
call
gonna,
of
we're gonna pen some dragons, goddammit.
I guess it depends.
pen is mightier.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yep. All right, so I don't know apparently what was happening when we last left off. Since
Some little fucking kid drew some sword from some fucking rock or
some
something.
little punk
like that.
kid.
And I saw the owl, and then a wizard turned him into a goldfish.
Yeah.
And Beardsley was pouting in his tent.
Yeah, I'm definitely was pouting in the tent. Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
pouting, I think he's murdering somebody. But I'm a bit dumb,
It's coming soon.
I can't do anything like that.
So basically, as after Arthur had drawn the sword from the stone, there were some disagreements that happened. There were some lords that shouted some things, some in support, summoned defiance. Two that were most notable was King Leodegrance. I don't know. I can't pronounce it.
Hey, it's however you say it.
Yeah, that.
So whatever you make.
Announces to everyone that he has to leave, that King Ryans of the Perilous Forest is threatening his kingdom, so he must attend to those functions. King Lot, the Duke of Gloucester, yells emphatically that this boy will never be king, and storms out with his men. Sir Kay, who was the stepbrother of Arthur, says that there must be an honor guard developed to protect the boy. And so he stands on top of one of the church pews in St. Peter's, where you are, and he looks around the group. By now, so many things have happened. Beardsley, you have kind of come to see what has gone on, and reappeared from where you were. And he stands there and he looks around the room, and he says, "The realm needs the 10 best knights." And so he looks around and he says, "Sir Karn, step forward." And then he looks around some more, points to another knight, "Sir Davian, Sir Selwise." So 3 of the individuals that you guys faced in the tournament. "Sir Ordway, Sir Tolan." He says, "And some even more valorous, or those with the honor of men high above their fellow caliber." And he says, "Sir Garin."
I stand taller, like hell yeah. Kind of pat him on the ass as he walks past.
Good game.
And as you say that, he says, "Sir Beardsley."
I'm second. I kind of I do this
Sir
sort of
Marcus. Sir Dunn. Sir Ulo. He says, "These are the 10 knights that should stand watch tonight and gather." And he says, "Do any of these knights suggest any others to help guard our new king?"
Lean forward and I shove Beardsley really quickly.
my lord, I of course would recommend the Honorable Sir Bjorn.
Who's as big as 2 knights?
2 for the price of 1, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number.
His honor as well as you speak. Sir Garin, what do you speak of this?
I totally agree.
Then Sir Bjorn, step forward. You shall also guard this boy. And he says, "I ask that you kneel in fealty." And so they all, like all the knights that are still here and all the noblemen, pretty much kneel.
What better way to look the young man in the eyes? I think to myself as I kneel.
Some of us are already 4.5 foot tall. So I already look in the
Yeah. I just lay down.
Respectfully kneel.
Yeah.
And so
I've never done this kneeling thing.
So that is pretty much what happens. You guys guard him overnight. Nothing really happens. There are some other lords that leave the general area with their knights and stuff that they brought to the tournament. all together, when all is said and done, there were close to 3,000 knights here in London.
Whoa, that's a bunch of people
for this tournament. And I mean, some of those are just, your basic knights, your older knights, and a variety of age groups and, different functions that they have within their hierarchies of their individual households and
So-
the lords that they.
So Byron, what you say we watch him overnight? What's he do? Does he just sleeping? Does he go in his tent and mind his own
Yeah, he
business?
pretty much just goes in his tent. I mean, there's a variety of people who come in and out. You recognize both the Archbishop and also, let's see here. You notice also the Archbishop, Dubricus, who is the British Christian priest of St. Paul's Cathedral in London. Also, an older man who you guys are told or recognize as Merlin the magician.
Is he?
Need a
Is he?
crash course
He's,
on what's expected of him?
yeah. Is he? Is
Yeah.
he as yet that famous or not yet? Right. He's
Merlin?
yeah.
He's famous, but I mean, not
legendary.
I mean, people know who he is. Yeah, he's not legendary yet, but I mean, he definitely is known. You've heard stories and so forth. He was a confidant and advisor to King Arthur Pendragon.
Maybe some rumors of him doing some weird stuff.
Yeah, things that are surprisingly tolerated, or were surprisingly tolerated by Uther. And some other individuals that you see there, also Sir Ector, who was Arthur's stepfather, Sir Hervis de Revel, who is a very famous unlanded knight, Prince Lansor, who is the son of the King of Estradales, Sir Brastias, who is a very famous knight. So those are some other individuals that you see there. And in the NPC document that I sent you guys, I listed off all those kings and the people that I mentioned that were
Nice.
there in the beginning of the tournament, to help put some, I guess, words to remembering who's there. I'm like, I guess I'm not surprised, but the list is pretty massive already. I can't even imagine what this is going to be like as we get through more of this.
The Kingmaker list is that.
Yes, this is quite a living document. Hopefully, you guys can all get that. So in the morning,
I really appreciate you doing this document because there's no way in hell I'd remember this.
yeah. I've
I
got
don't think
these.
there's any way in hell I would remember them.
I've got
Yeah,
these
like I've been through
really.
history class. That's the limit. It's like that, and like Hamilton.
I got these very terrible interpretations of what you're saying, and I'm like, I'm gonna say it back to you because you're gonna be like, "What the fuck are you saying?" Like,
Yeah.
I've got a list.
I probably have terrible interpretations of what the words are that are there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the 12th Doctor, I hear.
I stopped
Yeah.
writing it Arthur, so
yeah, exactly.
Writing it Arthur. Well, Arthur was near the end, so he might have actually gotten them all, I guess. But yeah, so that's what happens overnight. You
Overnight.
guys rest. In the morning, it is decided that everyone shall meet again at Candlemas in a month and a half. Whereas Arthur will continue to hold his first court, basically, and they will go over some other things with some of the nobles and knights and kings and stuff that were not here at the tournament.
I think there's this moment, Byron, where there's this indication that we're going to go about our business, right? Where Beardsley would have said something to the effect of, "If it pleases my lord, who's going to watch the boy in the meanwhile? I do know some capable knights who would be happy to travel and serve him more directly.
Once we have arrived back at in Camelot with the boy and also the others, he will be well watched. It will be a very unwise decision to attack or to come after him. In that standpoint, we'll be further enough away. In the meantime, he says, I believe that Sir Roderick will have some other things in which that you may do.
Aye, then we shall wait here and ensure that the surrounds are safe for his grandiose return.
That is. Sir Roderick meets you, and he says that there are many lords that will be against Arthur and his ascension to the throne, and may not necessarily follow his guidance and leadership, and they will try to either capture him to control him and the crown, or they could possibly, attempt to kill him, or so forth. And so all knights or lords in England should be rallied to be able to solidify Arthur's place on the throne. Sir Roderick challenges you all to go to Lindsey and attain Duke Corneus's support. Duke Corneus is at the upwards part of the Kingdom of England, almost all the way up towards about 3/4 of the way to Hadrian's Wall. It's about 150 miles north, but the Duke has a large army and also protects the tip of the King's Road on the north side. So not much comes south from that area without going through his lands and so forth.
My lord, do you fear that this Duke Corneus means Arthur ill will? Or is he just on the fence in supporting a boy for the throne?
He is quite busy. He is currently warring with the Centurion King of Malahot.
A trifleless pursuit, certainly, when we watch a glorious king withdrawing the sword from the stone. Certainly could take a break from his squabbles to support Arthur's ascension, don't you think, Sir Garin?
Are we to join in any of his adventuring in these battles, or are we just going up to try and
You mean any of
appeal to his better senses?
Well, basically to appeal to his better senses and attain his hopefully arrival at Candlemas.
And what do you think his motivations would be for or against?
It is hard to say. I have not had much interaction with him. I simply know of his struggles against the Centurion King. So for him to come south, he would have to leave those lands. I would suppose that some sort of support from our area. He says, I will send you with a chest of things that you can give him, not necessarily as tribute, but as payment to show to support his actions that he has. And hopefully in return,
May I make a request?
Certainly.
Instead of putting the gifts in a box, would you please put them in a sack? a see-through sack, if possible.
Like a TSA approved sack, please.
My jaw has healed. I'm okay with boxes.
Okay.
I can talk without it clicking so much here or here. I'm alright with that. Fast hands.
you will be aware of what is there.
My lord,
Excellent.
do I
I like getting
understand?
trouble if I open the box.
My lord,
Apparently this story has somehow made its way to King Roderick, to Earl Roderick, because he does laugh and jest, and he says, "Sir Bjorn, it is a tough day, but you shall rise to the occasion, I'm sure."
Does the Duke have any knights here, or have they already left to return to his lands?
The Duke does not have any knights here. The Duke of Corneus was not actually present here. So news probably will travel there faster than you can of Arthur drawing the sword. But Earl Roderick feels that by reaching out, hopefully that would solidify more of his support. And the Duke has a good sized army of knights. So,
Is it fair to assert that without our support, his effort may fail, my lord?
it will be much harder.
So
There are other earls and dukes that shall be also attempting to garner support from others.
You shall be very convincing.
Are you willing to take on those tasks?
Absolutely.
Yes.
as always, my lord.
Should we find him disagreeable? Is there any actions we should take?
Nothing of a warring nature. He is an honorable man.
Thinking to myself, poison. Yes, poison.
Blunt trauma. Yeah.
It would be better to have him on neutral ground, rather than be an enemy. For sure.
Well,
When
let
do
us
we
ride
leave?
for the honor of King Arthur.
You shall leave us as soon as you are ready.
I don't really have
Or-
my stuff.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sorry.
I punch my page in the face or something and get everything situated.
I,
I go ready my squire, horse, and gear, and we'll meet you all at the gates. Or
yeah, I gotta walk around and pretend I know what I'm supposed to do.
Yes. Yeah.
Gather all my ponies.
Yeah, just wave vaguely at a squire and move on my way. Yeah.
Well, we give you the normal request to not break anything or anybody, to not sow your seeds where they shouldn't be sown.
My steeds are
Our
Everyone.
general Bjorn.
Dear Sir Garin, I've told you before, saying it that way, for him is a very short list of places it should not be sown, not excluding goats, I might add, and then I would run.
as far as the short thing goes. It was cold that day.
Or your younger sister, for that matter.
Whoa.
He did have a beard. But our child is quite handsome.
Well, I think that as we're preparing and starting on our way, we should be having some dialogue around who's going to talk.
Not me.
Beardsley, come on, Beardsley. You have a
I will be happy to. I will be happy to reinforce you, but I would like to point out, Sir Garen, dear Sir Garen, you were chosen first for a reason. You see, I'm second only to Bjorn because they didn't want to pick a Dane, but I think it's got to be you. Remember how well you did with the Fae?
Yeah, I took their magic ring. Yeah, I'm glad I took the extra points in orate.
Yeah, don't ask me.
Do I have some point? Do I have some orate?
I don't even get jokes.
Marcus, what say
Oh,
you?
I'm okay with orate. I can talk. Yeah.
You've talked your way out of dealing with the Fae? Or-
Oh, you haven't heard this story. Allow me to tell you the story of the Fae orgy.
The Fae orgy.
A 4G.
You'll get to meet him again sometime. I have a feeling we're returning at some point.
We are going back for him. Remind me his name, Byron? I forget his character's name because it's Tuesday and I'm tired. Was it Sir
James?
No, I can see his name right there, but
Brett's
character.
Calliard.
They're not appealing. They're not appealing in this film.
So what happened was, one of our dearest friends, Sir Calliard, we were boys together. We were all about to be captured by the Fae, but Sir Garen thought, what if we had an agent embedded with them? And so we left him there to gather all the information that we can while he makes weird hybrid Fae babies. And he's happy there, just enjoying himself. Isn't he, Sir Garen? I'm sure he's having a wonderful time.
I definitely think he's having a really good time. And he's quite unaware that if he's not, so.
But that little nub is just a wagon.
That's bad.
An unusual fate for a knight.
Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah.
He was
Not very paced.
he was smiling, quite. Yes.
I think the
You're on
sworn
mute, Barry.
testimony of 5 knights here about what happened yesterday with King Arthur should be a convincing start, at least.
I think you're volunteering to talk to them, Sir Marcus, with Sir Garen.
Yeah, I don't even get jokes. Don't send me.
Truly, Sir Roderick, though, listen, I think he's too optimistic. He's so intertwined with his war that he's waging that he may not understand. This is for the glory of England. He cannot be allowed to dissent. I mean, should not be, of course. I mean, should not be allowed to dissent.
Yeah.
Well, we can try our best to convince him to get behind Arthur.
And then if he doesn't,
That'll be up to Arthur.
he's a young man yet.
With some of the best advisors, I imagine.
You're right there. Some of the finest, I suppose. Poison. I'm thinking.
The sinister glint in your eye.
Mm-hmm.
It never left. Oh, man.
That glint has always been there.
So, a sack of treasure, an appeal to the glory of the crown in England.
What's in the sack?
What else do we got? What else do we got here? Okay.
It's like a big Ziploc full of treasure.
Whatever difference
It's like
5
one of those vacuum
knights might
seal
make in
bags.
this conflict.
We're not actually speaking for Arthur at this point. So, what do we got?
Steve.
So basically a variety of silver and gold.
No, I think that's the entry price to the conversation.
Yeah,
that's
pretty much.
that's pretty much expected. It's the what do you say when you're there? How do you appeal to the better angels of his nature? He's at war right now. What's he want? Do you want to be on the right side of history? Do you want to unite England?
Would you
want to
like
show
another
your defense?
sip of this
Those
orange
sound like great
juice?
things for you to ask him.
Yes. Yes.
Did you give us your
Sir
prime
Garrett.
sub, Thor? Thank you for that. Sorry, I just checked the chat. I saw. I think someone gave us the prime sub. Carry on.
What?
Nice.
Nice. Thanks. Vienna sausage. So fucked up.
That's in the sack.
I'll make a strawberry trifle. Strawberry
We'll pull
trifle.
that out last.
A broccoli kidney poison pie for my lord, perhaps.
Broccoli kidney poison pie.
Could resist.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do before you ride out?
So I would ask around people not Sir Roderick. Who I want to learn a little bit about the people that he surrounds himself with. People that, if we can't exactly influence them, we might be able to kind of get inroads that way, and do sort of a side channel thing. Like, can I make a network roll, Byron? Spend some point. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you could make a roll.
What do I do
basically.
there?
That would be what would that be?
Intrigue.
Okay. Let me get a D20 out. Is it intrigue, you think? Or would it be heraldry?
Seems like a good one.
It
Heraldry.
seems rather fitting.
Okay, intrigue, that's fine. All right, I'm going to get my handy dandy die. This is a D20 roll, right?
Intrigue.
Dice.
Yeah, that's probably the most appropriate, I think.
Okay. So let me see here. What is my intrigue? So I've got a 5. And I'm going to roll... Oh, damn, spot on. I'm going to roll a 5. So that's a critical success, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is, actually. So you hear of... actually, you are speaking to... Let's see here. Let me pull up my other...
You are intriguing.
Yes.
Felix.
Yeah, so... Tell me more.
It's so intriguing, you.
Ah,
Let's see.
I figure I'm going to get this conversation going with someone like my mother-in-law who knows way too much about everyone. It's like, I do need to know that part. I don't need to know that. Stop talking.
So you run into a small group of a knight, Sir Tomic, who you remember was Earl Gerhard's household knight from when you went to Tewksbury to Rune's birthday party.
What's the name?
And,
One more time? I want to write this down. Sir what?
Sir Tomic,
Tomic.
and
got it.
he's on the NPC list also,
Okay.
under the county of Tewksbury. And you run into him escorting Sir Tomic's 2 daughters at the market, and in Salisbury, or I'm sorry, Sarum, which is the capital city of Salisbury. And they are Lady Errand, who is 23, and Lady Celine, who is 17, and they remember your wonderful harp things, and they're like looking at a stringed harp that they're asking their father to buy them for their household.
So
and
I think I make my entrance as I run my finger across the harp, right? And I make eye contact with Sir Tomic, and I say, "Wise indeed is the knight who accompanies young ladies so beautiful as these to the market," and I tap his sword with a sword at his side, and I extend my hand as a handshake. "I've not seen you since Tewksbury, good sir."
he looks at you for a second, then he's like, "Oh yes, Sir Beardsley, I do remember. I have to forgive me. Your face was on the other side of the harp."
Oh, that's very funny. That is true. I don't know that oh, wait. You were the one dancing with the frilly shoes, weren't you? I remember the move, the turn. Shall we? And I take his hand. Dance with me, good sir. And I glance at his daughters. Wouldn't you love to see your father dance again, madam? And I smile.
This information is going to come hard to Beardsley, like at the end of Two Fists.
So, as to not, and he's more worried about his daughters than he is about himself, and so he does. He goes ahead and does a little dance, and he says, yes, I do believe I may have taught Beardsley a few moves myself.
I clap as he dances, like an old friend, just kind of joking around and laugh. I drop the sort of sinister and just, this is the move I remember, and I'm going to learn it one day, I swear to you, sire. Please, do you have a moment? I have a question to ask you about an errand that I'm on. And that's when I kind of dig in and just...
He hands the girls a few lira to purchase the harp, and he kind of steps to the side to speak with you.
So yeah, I would sort of set it up, not to eat up all the time, but I would sort of set it up as like, we've been asked on behalf of young King Arthur, actually, and I sort of explain what we're doing. I'd just like to know what's going on there. It seems there's a bit of conflict. Who does, the Duke, I can't read that. What does it say? Duke Corneus? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what can you tell me about his retinue? What are we getting ourselves into? And I guess I would read him at that time, too, to see if he's troubled by our support for King Arthur, or if he's like...
well, I mean, he's the household knight of Roderick's brother-in-law.
So pretty on board, right?
He's pretty much on board. Yeah, he's very, very concerned, and he says actually he is leaving from here to go on his own mission for Earl Gerhard, and he says those are dangerous times for the North. Lindsey is embroiled in a constant battle with the Centurion King. Hopefully to maintain those lands. He says, but word is that his wife, Lady Ellsworth, considers or has quite a bit of sway with the Duke. What she says sometimes tends to go.
A wise one he is indeed, then. So, tell me about your errand. What is it that you're doing? I would have asked for you to accompany us if you weren't otherwise occupied.
I'm afraid I'm sworn to secrecy on my errand.
I'd kind of
I cannot
bow.
share it at this time.
Dance lessons, eh? I smile.
Yes, absolutely. And so you're kind of standing there. Give me an awareness check.
No. I'm not aware of where my die roller is. Come on. Awareness is 16, probably not the best, of 10. Yeah, exactly. Whatever that sound was.
So
You're gonna lean away from the mic. You gotta go the other direction, Tyler.
I went to click the mute button and
It's like, brrr.
Sir Tomic is actually facing with his back to the girls, as he trusts them. This is Sarum, you know what I mean? It's a relatively safe city. You would think his brother-in-law is the Earl here, and his daughter. Let's see here. It would be Errand, the older one.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sneaks into the conversation, overhearing part of it because you don't see her coming as you're talking, and so you're unable to really give him a heads up. that she is there, and she almost begins talking, like not thinking of it. She was kind of smitten with your harp performance at the bash for Rune.
Eddie Van Harpen.
And she says, "Oh yes, don't forget, Father, that Lady Swen is still sick. Hopefully, she is feeling better and she can come to court later." And he says, yes. It is a shame, but there have been words that Duke Corneus' daughter is ill.
Ill? With what malady, is it the fever?
I'm afraid I do not know.
Pity.
Have a look.
Any word of what troubles her? Is it a cough? Is it an itch? I don't say that part. But it's I don't know.
It's some sort of wasting sickness, for what I am aware.
Tyler, I hate you. She's got the itch.
Yeah, he says some sort of wasting sickness, and he says, I would love to speak with you further on these matters, but I must get going.
You've been too kind, and I've interrupted your time with your lovely ladies enough. On behalf of my retinue and I bid you adieu. I leave and return and regurgitate all this information. Yeah.
The Lady Errand reaches out her a scarf and hands it to you, and she says, "I heard about you at the tournament." She says, "I believe you should take this. It shall grant you my hopes for you. I shall pray for you."
All the tournaments of the world would not have earned me this, my lady. I'm humbled. I kneel and take the scarf.
It smells like her perfume.
Wet dog.
I walk out. Boom, 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 boom.
We might all be
Yes, my girl.
pregnant. I don't
That's
know.
awesome. Who likes this guy? Have you met him? Yeah. So I return.
I mean, you were really good with your harp performance, and she's an harpist.
Yeah, Harpy Van Halen.
Yeah.
Eddie Van Harpen.
It just so happened that Ulo was.
He was rocking out.
And it was Sir Calyard in his singing was won the day, and that's why he danced with Lady Celine.
Postmortem Effects says, "Is the scarf like a smallpox blanket?" Probably. Knowing Byron, yeah. Nice.
We're lucky.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I come back. I
The
take
ring.
the scarf and I'll tuck it into my surcoat, and I bring that back to Sir Garin. I think very very directly and in a very "hey, I've served you well" kind of way. And just I have to, or do you need me to regurgitate his take on it?
You've done well. Is there any a healer of some sort we could consult about wasting diseases? Is there something we could bring with us?
I thought the same. I wonder if we would have. No, go ahead.
Perhaps,
Brian. Yeah.
perhaps a book from the library.
Nope. Well, yeah, I could read a word or two.
I'll find one.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, got one. I've got a nice book. You
Oh
can read it.
bother.
Oh bother.
Reading is not my stick.
I'm sure somebody might be able to read.
Yeah, I can read.
I can't.
Marcus like, I got that. Who's got a really good heal or first aid?
The only question I would have with Marcus would be,
I got a 10 in first aid.
holy
I got
crap,
10.
Ulo. I
got
got a
10.
10. I got a 10 as well.
Same here.
Yeah, I got a 10 as well.
Yeah, we all got first aid and harp.
I don't have harp. I have drum.
Drum. I have drum. I have drum.
I've got
I have
rune.
harp.
I am drum.
I have cymbal.
I've
I have
got
drum.
I drum.
Norse pagan. That's about it.
Well, I think
the average.
I suggest our plans evolve. Marcus and I will talk to the Duke. Beardsley, you can talk to Lady Ellsworth. See if you can gain her favor. It seems to be something you're good at.
She's the one that's sick, right?
No, that's
No.
the king's wife.
Oh, it's the king's wife. Shut
Daughter is sick.
The Duke's wife, but yes.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
And maybe Ulo and Bjorn, you can come with us, or you can go with Ulo to see if we can provide some relief to Lady Sen.
Go with Ulo. I can be backup.
Okay. So it sounds like you have a relatively good plan.
That's a reach.
Or put together at least.
We have a plan idea.
A plan.
Yeah.
It is a plan.
It's a little soft on the edges.
And so, with that, you leave the next morning for what is a basically 4-day ride. You could do it in about 3.5 should you push. So that is up to you. Do you wish to go a little faster and get there quicker, or do you wish to just go ahead and kind of take it as easier days?
If we found anything that might be helpful for the daughter, I would say push it.
Agreed.
I could get behind that.
Understood.
And Ula's like,
I was feeling like an easier time. We've got a month and a half before we head to Camelot, so. But
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Okay.
We've got quite a large retinue going with us, with all of our
Oh,
horses
yeah.
and
We've got
squires and.
Yeah, Ulo does not have a squire, so.
But I do have 6 ponies.
no, yes, he does.
He does six ponies himself.
Beardsley Squire is happy not to sleep and to serve Ulo. As needed.
I already did it before he got up.
He would have, sadly.
I have an energetic 17. I'm always up first.
Oh, God.
I am up first in the morning.
That is facts.
There's always
That is
the creepy
facts.
dude staring at you from across the camp.
Yeah, you wake up and he's just standing on a rock, like like that guy in Conan.
I'm already pouring sweat from all the work I've done.
He's already taken a shower.
I'm like Jason Momoa gets standing out of the water.
But
Sure,
you're like petite Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Jason Lesmoa.
Jason Lesmo.
Yeah, it's already been
If
said.
Jason Momoa was 4'9".
Yeah. But the same girth, still very
Yeah, just
Yeah.
it's 4'9".
shoulder monster.
Okay, so you guys basically ride for quite some time, several days, and nothing is that important in the journey there. So we're gonna kind of do like the old Indiana Jones style, just that kind of red line travel, unless it is something that is necessary. If you want to stop at a particular place or something like that, we'll just do that. Because I mean, if we can we just go through 8 hours a day in camp, but it's not really anything for the story at this point. And so you travel those days. As you get closer to the city of Lincoln, which is you do travel down the King's Road, so it's pretty. Not only is it a safe travel, but it's also a well maintained road that leads from southern England all the way to northern England, up as far as Hadrian's Wall, at least. And you travel. It's a pretty straight shot. You go past you ride west to Clarence, kind of northwest, and then from Clarence you begin taking the road, or actually it's not Clarence, it's Cirencester, and then northeast along the King's Road for quite a while. going through the forest at one point and arrive at the city of Lincoln, which is about 15 miles northeast of Newark, and actually it's about 40 miles northeast of Nottingham. So it's pretty far north. The weather is substantially different, 150 miles to the north, as you can imagine. It's a little colder, but you would have known that and packed accordingly to bring, heavier cloaks or whatever the case may be. As you clear out of Newark, which is at the edge of the forest, the lands become kind of low-rolling hills. There are quite a bit of farmland around. You can see that there are crops that are, just being planted and so forth because it's still early in the year. And you do see that they are tending things maybe a little overboard for being so early in the year. Like they are perhaps making up for a poor harvest last year. Is what you would get the idea. Some of the leftover crops and stuff that they're tilling under and so forth, they're not as apparent as they normally would be at this time. Definitely not as the same as like the area you came from. You ride, it goes over a small crag. There is a rocky area. You can see mountains a good 20 miles or so to the west. They're high enough you can actually see them. Those are the Crene Mountains. And you can also see more forested areas going to the west. And you can't quite see it, but you know that the coast is not that far. Probably about another 20 miles or so to the east of Lincoln. Lincoln sits on the edge of a small river that runs from the coast, actually, or to the coast, I should say. And you arrive at this beautiful looking castle. It's kind of a rocky area. It is on the edge of a lake, which is connected to the river. It's kind of up on a hill. Has a vibrant blue roof, very pale limestone that was used for the walls, and small wooded area, very sparse looking trees, nothing massive, and bearing a lot of leaves, but more of those spindly tall trees that are have small branches, nothing that could be used to conceal oneself from the castle as it sits on the hill. You can see people milling about. The gates of the castle are open. Yeah.
Is there any sign of sort of the depressive state of, or the depressive nature of a state at war, right? Where it's kind of looking around. Is it, like
you would feel that you don't see as many knights around as you would think normally you would see. The male populace, at least those that are of age, seem to be really dispersed. Not near as many here as you would expect.
Wonder what glory is to be found at the feet of a Centurion King, Garen.
Yes.
We ride on up. Do we have like a standard or some kind of, just let people know it? Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys would have all of your own coat of arms also, if you knew what they were. And I'm assuming nobody's made a coat of arms yet.
Oh, sir.
So something to think about. Start thinking about your coat of arms, so you can describe yourselves as to what colors you may use or how
My
you're.
fingers are crossed that it's drawn into my character that Steve is holding on to. So,
Yep.
He's like, yeah, definitely.
We jump right on that. Let me just make sure it's right.
For some reason, I don't believe him.
It's going to be some Cthulhu creature.
Uh-oh. Steve's like, oh, I'm going to open this page. And then he put it back on.
Reveal. Woo.
No, I dropped everything. It's great.
Yeah, so you guys ride up. There are some other knights there that do come out. He's a very young knight. He's actually probably only in his mid-20s. And he comes out and he says, "Oh, greetings, fair lords. How may I announce you?"
And just look over at Sir Jan.
I think we all do. I think there's all heads turn like.
We have been sent by Earl Roderick to speak with.
So you know that it would be pretty much etiquette for normally the most senior household knight to greet you. So it seems pretty weird that such a younger gentleman would be greeting you.
He's gone.
At this time.
Would we know? Can we check heraldry or something to know if we know that person's name off the top of our heads?
Which one?
The household knight, the famous dude here.
You don't necessarily know him.
Okay.
It's information that you could have possibly gotten from Sir Tomic, though. So I'll go ahead and give it to you.
Okay.
And that would be Sir Landry.
Sir Garen, could this truly be the Sir Landry that we've heard of? Speaking to the boy.
He says, "Oh no, I am not Sir Landry. I should not even attempt to take a portion of his glory."
Oh, well, surely you're modest. This is his station, is it not, to greet us? Surely they would only entrust that to someone of similar caliber, boy, I say with a smile.
Yes, he is busy. And he seems to be very he's not really telling the truth. You can tell relatively
Don't
easily.
you have to make a roll for that one?
Yeah, no, not really. He's not even really sharing.
What errand could he be on that he would not properly greet guests from the house of Sir Roderick, coming to pay his lord tribute? Truly he has time.
Those words are not for me to say. The Duke shall answer any questions that you may have. In the meantime, let's get these horses fed and watered. And he kind of waves on some other people to come and help take care of them, along with your squires.
My squires, I just picture him just like so stoked to be getting the fuck away from me. Like to go and, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Something is amiss.
You're brought in to the Great Hall, and there is Duke Corneus. He is sitting on a large chair. It's not necessarily a throne, but it's definitely something that he could use as a chair to kind of overlook. It's on a small rise, maybe four steps up, perhaps. He doesn't look all that well put together. He seems to maybe be a bit disheveled and not up to the look that you would anticipate. And and the young boy announces you all, and he says, Sir Ulo, Sir Bjorn, Sir Marcus, Sir Beardsley, and of course Sir Garen.
Was first rounds? What?
You give the appropriate meal
proceeds.
style. Greetings from House Roderick.
Thank you. I can assume this is about Arthur.
You have assumed correctly.
And before you can even really start saying anything, a woman bursts in from the door kind of behind where Duke Corneus is sitting. And he says, "Who are these rabble who come here in a time when we are clearly stricken by other things?" And she kind of steps forward, and she's kind of standing almost in front of the Duke. And you can see that she's well appointed. Her jewelry that she's wearing, her dress, definitely all very high in quality and expense, even more than what you see the Duke wearing.
This is this moment where I as instructed, right? I let it be seen that I'm losing all focus on the Duke as soon as she comes in. This seems to be his wife, right? I've not met her, but probably.
You could gather that.
Remind me of her name. It's Lady Errand. No, one more time.
Lady Elswith.
Elswith. Okay, that is what that says. With a W. It looks like Electra. I don't know.
Lady Electra.
Dear Lady Elswith.
As she force chokes you.
Could it be?
Go on.
Oh, heavens. I step up to address her. I didn't realize we would have the honor of seeing the both of you in one place. And I hold out my hand to sort of do her the honor and kind of do the kissing of the ring, as it were. Thanks for the follow, Horror Dead Girl. That's awesome. She stabs me in the throat. Where's your next character, Jason?
She fictionless.
It's my cousin Lear's. Yeah, that would be amazing. She cuts my bottom
The
lip
ring is
off.
poison.
Yeah, what is that? I was trying to think
like
of.
it's the most, huh?
I was looking at your modest and your merciful, or your yeah.
Modest
I
and
think-
proud.
I think you're still on par. There.
Am I? Am I okay? Okay.
I think so. Yeah, if your proud would have been a little higher, I think I would have maybe asked for a roll. But you're sitting pretty good on the modest side.
Nice.
So you would probably eat a little
Shocking.
bit of crow. Eat a little crow too. Right. Exactly. Right.
Oh, because there's a motivation here. That bitch is gonna die in the end. There's no doubt about it. Like, it's fine. Yeah. When King Garen's in
go ahead.
charge and I'm the tax man, like I'm coming for. Thank you so much, postmortem. 100 bits in the bank, right there.
Guys, appreciate it.
TB research.
And what did you say?
It said it's for TB research.
TB
Sorry,
research.
you can't make these things up. Yeah. All right, we're gonna get right on it. We're gonna secure all the TB. Yeah, but so he would
Absolutely.
just try to sort of prostrate himself to her. Steve, don't do it. Just to kind of,
Yeah. So you do so pretty well. She kind of backs down a little bit from her aggressive, dismissive nature. And she sits down and says, very well, speak of these things. What else you could wring out of our county for your own pleasures?
Well, firstly, allow me to say that I am here with Sir Garen. He will explain all things to you, but I would like to say this. We suffer from your toils against the Centurion King as well. You are our last bastion before the whole of England is at war, and your bravery is holding it all together. So on that basis, please, let us begin a conversation. And I kind of bow out of the way like, here's Garen.
Thank you, Lady Ellsworth. Where our journey here may be mistaken, we have come not to take anything from your fine lands or your castle. We've come to make a case for the support of the young Arthur. We've brought gifts from House Roderick. We would present the gifts to help in your toils, in your battles, and to fortify your needs. We seek only a chance to talk and reason. You did mention I can't remember the word she used, the stricken or something like that. How goes the things on the battlefront?
There are two battles. It's those for our family and those for our lands. The lands will be held. As the Duke would tell you, if he had a tongue and courage enough to speak, he says, but I must do everything here.
You speak of the sickness, don't you, my lady? I sort of put my head down in fealty.
He says, Lady Seween is not well. I have watched her take ill. We have brought a doctor from Beldegrain and the west. Our own doctor is north, hopefully taking care of our men who are there. We sent several knights to investigate a situation. Our household knight Sir Landry and his cousin Sir Kelvin.
It's like his coven of witches? What the fuck?
Coven.
His cousin is like,
Coven.
well, no wonder you're all sick. We're the fuck out of here. Yeah, sorry.
We gotta
She
go.
Sir Landry, you said? Landry.
Yeah, Sir Landry and Sir Kelvin. Sir Landry is the one that should be
Greeting
attending
us.
you, should have greeted you. So now it makes a little sense. She says, I am afraid that they have not returned. Something.
And what
holds
what
them up.
was this mission that they were sent on? That is unusual for someone of Sir Landry's capabilities to be away from the house.
They were sent to retrieve herbs from the forest under the direction of the Dr. Boyden.
Boyden. What manner of herbs, my lady, do you know?
Indica or sativa?
She says things for her sickness, energetics, perhaps things that could bring about some change in course of this sickness. It bleeds her dry like a river, flowing in the winter, slowly taking her over.
I cross myself as she says that. Glancing at Garen and looking for Garen's name there.
We had heard of Lady Sin's sickness, and we have brought some things that may help. May we send Sir Ulo and Sir Bjorn to talk with the doctor and to see the lady?
Yes, that will be fine. And she snaps her fingers, and the young individual comes over. This is Octus. He shall be your guide should you need any questions answered or any travel within our realm, our kingdom.
Very good. And parting with Ulo and Bjorn, we gotta figure out what the doctor sent these guys on. Sending your main house knight to go look for plants seems
Aye.
odd or suspicious.
I agree.
You should also determine if the errand was worthy. Was it just because it's dangerous, or...
Did he volunteer for it to save his lord's daughter?
I don't know.
It'd be quite a bit of glory.
Mhm.
You can pull that off.
And I think
would
as
make
we
more
found,
sense than anything.
you don't get much of an ass. If you're asked, you go. I don't think we.
But, Garen, we've not been asked.
You do know he is quite. You do know that Sir Landry is quite a valorous knight, so he could have, almost forced himself to go, and not allowed anyone else to take on the task.
All right, see what you can learn.
Sounds good.
All right. So, Ulo and Bjorn are walking with Arctis.
The two man and the half man.
When was Sir Landry expected to return? Like, what was the estimate of how long this would take him?
About 5 days ago.
He was expected to return 5 days.
Yes.
We'll allow Sir Ulo and Sir Bjorn to see what they can do to help. What do you have any sense of what would waylay these two fine knights on this journey? Do you have invaders that you're dealing with? Is there a chance that anyone's broken through those lines, or is there other things?
There is
That you're
no
aware of?
chance of the lines to be drawn. The Centurion King is north of our borders, as he should be, and as he shall stay.
But, my lady, might I say, sometimes it's not the army marching across the line so much as the nondescript face that brings disease and malady to a house as noble as yours. Could you be vulnerable from the inside? Perhaps?
As to whether you think we are under attack, that Lady Sawine's sickness could be an overt or a covert attempt.
I think that in a time when a house such as yours is on the brink of vanquishing the Centurion King, anything is possible. I just think it's worth considering, don't you?
God protects this house.
Ah, and he does. But the devil challenges us all. So perhaps in a way we've been brought together to overcome this for a greater good.
You're kind of playing into her thoughts.
Yeah, and I want to try to backpedal once I get her revved up and not go, because I know how I am. I want to manipulate and then let Garen seal the deal, whatever that means, after we've had a few flagons of ale. It's like...
That's Bjorn's thing. What are you talking about?
Whoa! He comes out of nowhere. Yeah. Okay.
Good thing you're gone.
Bye-bye.
So far, the plan is working.
He's like, hello, doctor.
What's in the box?
The box is gone. It has been presented and given.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now, just digging through stuff in the back room. Like,
Where is it?
Look. Leeches.
Lady
So,
Ellsworth, Sir Beardsley brings up some good points. We've come to talk to Duke Corneus and about the Arthur situation. Perhaps you could explore this further and have a chat with Sir Beardsley. Maybe you can determine if there's any truth to this.
Yes. Perhaps I can tell you that if it is support for Arthur that you may want, and we could offer such a thing, if we are attacked from some malady from within, we have not the manpower to defend ourselves against such. Prayers may help, but I feel it will take more of an active source to do God's will and keep these things at bay. Should you offer your services to rid us of this, I can tell you that Lindsey shall offer her support to Arthur.
It appears that fate has brought us together then.
And milady, your support for Arthur should be tangential, as we are here to celebrate the honor and glory of England. Arthur's yet a boy, with great potential to save us all. You are on the front line against this king? Is that what he is? We will first see him fall together. We will see this through for England and for Arthur.
Sir Lander should be found and returned to your house as well, along with the herb if possible.
Kind of glancing over and like, check out Sir Marcus. Oh, like Vanna White, like, here he comes.
This is his
Third
first,
wave.
second time being here.
Yeah.
For a second. On episode 1.
To leave here with your kingdom, sir, support for Arthur would be greatly appreciated, and we are at your service to help in any way possible.
Yes, it shall be appreciated. Let us eat. Perhaps with some food, our hunger will be staved, and we should think more solidly on this. And the Duke says, yes, and since I have no other say in my household, it is a rack of lamb that we shall have. And so he at least gets to pick the dinner menu.
Can't do anything else.
Yeah.
But dinner.
Yeah.
Doesn't change anywhere you go, or
I swear. I think he
Genre.
should. I literally think he should have said we're having sausage. Because the
Sausage!
sausage! Yes.
Sausage! That would have been funny. But I didn't think of it. So. Alright. So anyway, so Ulo and Beardsley, Ulo and Bjorn, sort of with a B at least. What do you guys do as you follow Arctis? So Arctis leads you through some hallways and down a set of stairs, and there is a kind of it looks almost like a den at some point, but a room that has definitely been reapportioned into a different facility. And you see that there is a doctor in there. He has a wide variety of herbs and pestles and equipment and so forth. It appears to be doing some sort of research and so forth there. And
Go ahead. No, go
I
ahead.
was just going to say Arctis introduces you. He says, this is Dr. Boyden from Pettigrain. Sir Ulo and Sir Bjorn. And he turns. He's a kind of a pretty heavy-set man. His glasses pulled down close to his nose, the tip of his nose, as he seems to be trying to read some sort of smudged papers and mix multiple things together in this into some sort of concoction. He says, yes, you have what I need.
We do not.
Nope.
and
But we got this shit.
You were brought here to
got
assist.
some-
I don't know what you need.
Got some fey lettuce for you.
Yes, we got some bay lettuce. Yes, as Bjorn said, Sir Bjorn said, we were brought here to help, but we do not know what you need.
Yeah, neither of us are doctors, but we have experience with field medicine and hoping to help. What's going on?
I'll kind of like look
As-
over the herbs and stuff he's mixing, like I have any idea.
As you may know, the lady is badly ill. She has been deteriorating over the last few weeks. I am fearful, and he grabs a cross and he kind of holds on to it. He says, "I'm fearful. Without the roots and medicines that Sir Landry promised, there may not be time to save her."
And what were those roots and things?
He says, "Eric root and Gardener's Bane. Both to be found within the forest of Bettergrain, or in the Rostock forest."
You said what root? Sorry.
Eric root and gardener's
Eric.
bane. Why couldn't it be potatoes, Byron? Why couldn't it be potatoes? I need potatoes.
Potatoes.
We'll be right back. Shit.
Potatoes.
Gardener's bane.
How much of each did you need?
As much as could be to spare, if as much could be gathered in a short time.
Maybe we see her.
Yes, I believe you may. He says, I wish not to enter the chamber till I have some sort of draught for her. He says, you could take her here, the water, and he hands it to you.
Oh
I'll
shit.
take it.
Well,
And he says, and he kind of walks over and opens a little door. There's another young girl in there. He says, Lady Aftid, this is Sir Bjorn and Sir Ulo. They are here to help. I must continue work. They shall offer refreshment for her. And you can see she's very distraught. She's definitely been crying for several hours. And you enter like a side room that is attached to this den. Laying on a bed there, a quite comfy bed. It's very large, and probably at least a king size bed. It's a good almost 3-4 foot off the ground, but it has stairs that
I haven't even laid in a pile of hay this week.
you haven't. You haven't. This is what happens when you're a duke and your family is rich, or richer at least. And you can see there are, piles of, not piles, but linens that are drying on racks that have been made to basically hold them here in the room so that they can be changed quickly and so forth. And she's very pale. You have to walk up the stairs to actually see her, but Bjorn, you do not.
Nope, she's there.
Yeah. But she's very pale. But there is still some color to her, some pinkness. But spiders of dark magenta veins kind of rise up through her neck and up onto her cheeks and across some of her forehead.
So don't forget, you both have, or at least somebody in this group has read Wasting Disease for Dummies before we left.
It was in the pile of books we gave you.
Yeah. And then,
whatever Wasting Disease for Dummy gave.
and they're just like petting her face and like, oh, it's just.
I like,
We're gonna suck the venom out like a snake.
yeah.
It's too late. Norgal got her.
Y'all about to get
knocked into my mouth. We might be able to.
herpes. Herpes.
So you can lean on.
Yeah.
Whatever I've got might kill what she's got. I don't know.
She's pretty much borderline unconscious. She can, respond slightly, mostly with murmurs, pink and veiny.
Stop it.
What does that mean?
No, those are blue balls, not softballs.
The term Chinese.
My God, that's tuberculosis. She
She's
just
Danish.
I don't know what to do here, so I need to call a lifeline or something. I'm a Dane. I think we're supposed to kill her. I don't know how this goes.
It's like,
That's not
hit her
good.
with a big hammer.
Push her out the
That was
window.
not in the book.
You ever seen Gallagher? Like the sledge-o-matic, just in the head. It's done.
Did the book have pictures?
I would assume that Marcus would have translated it.
I was like, I can't read, so.
All right, so
Oh, yeah.
I back out slightly. I've never even gone in, but I turn around and I ask if it would be prudent if we were to go to go follow after Sir Langley?
Landry.
Landry.
Landry?
Is that a sausage company?
I think we might have to.
Yeah. I mean, there's a dying sick lady over there, and she looks like a testicle. I don't want to go over there. I want to go find medicine.
Thork said in the chat that if bleeding her a little bit helps, then bleeding her a lot should help quite a bit.
You're on to
completely
something.
out of blood, but still
You're
seems sick.
She's
Get the herbs. Where's the legion?
She's all withered up and still doesn't look good.
Yeah.
So I'll help her drink the water
Okay.
and kind of just give her a cursory glance and try to do a first aid check to gather anything I can.
Yeah, I'm not getting TB. You do that.
Yeah, I'll get TB.
Oh, you're getting it. You're getting it at dinner. So.
Oh, you are
Yeah,
so
you're
screwed. T-Bizzle, for one.
Yeah. My name is Ula. Ula.
So it turns out this is for whoever it was talking about sausage earlier. It was Horror Dead Girl. There is in fact such thing as Landry's sausage. Apparently, who knew? So Sir Landry's. We need to save Sir Landry's sausage tonight.
Yeah.
Bjorn, the good thing is when the spider veins hit your neck, we'll never know because of your big giant beard and your huge head.
All right. So I got a first aid of 10.
Was this the
Watch
That's
him
it.
kill.
that about
Critical success. I
Dude,
did it! I did it!
Yeah, you got TB.
Yeah!
I got
I
you.
contracted it.
Ulo's like, I got your dookie root right here, and he just cures her. Like,
I just pull off some of my chest hair.
She's fucking cured. No, just
You made it.
that's all she needed. She just needed a waft of Ulo's hair.
Yeah. Is that musk? Woo! Are those fine oils from the Orient?
But she,
all natural hun,
but then
baby.
she chokes to death on it because it's this big
It's-
wad of hair. It's hun hair.
It's honey.
It's honey.
No.
So sweet.
The doctor comes in. Who put this hair in her mouth? You're not supposed to do that.
Why are they
yeah.
curly?
But I
Take
got a
the
crit
filter.
success on my first aid check.
Oh.
Whatever.
I
Whatever
did-
that means.
I did not. I'm not going in there.
Okay. So yeah, you got a critical success on your first aid. So you
Brilliant.
are able to kind of take care of her a little bit. She reminds you of one of your small ponies that you had when you were younger. And you coddled her and held her while she was dying. She had a sickness and stuff, And
And then they made love in the morning.
She almost makes a neighing sound, like, or like you think she does.
That's just her breathing at this point.
The delirium is already set in.
I'm so stoked to know that you're going to be my neighbors in hell. I can't wait. This is going to be so cool.
Nay means nay.
God. Fucking hell.
Oh my.
Moving on.
Okay. And
wow.
and she says, Calvin, is that you?
Yeah, of
Talking to
course.
you.
Calvin's the other knight that went with.
It is, yes.
Ah.
I don't know if Ula remembers that, but yes.
Yeah, Ulo just agreed. He was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I am.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Sorry.
Hair.
So much. Here's some hair.
Yeah.
Let's see what his merciful is, because if it's cruel, I guess it doesn't matter. It could be cruel or merciful.
Wait. I was distracted. What the fuck just happened? Was that? Do I gotta edit that out, or what was that? No. It's like,
It's medicine.
all right. Okay.
My market.
I'm like,
Cultivating penicillin in there.
I just saw this like movement like this, Steve, and it was just a very steady movement of this weird.
Think about it.
It looked like you had a like there was
That's
a.
how my whole world's moving right now, Jason.
It's like there was a sheep.
Steve's American.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get more grog.
Okay. Wow.
Note to Marcus: when explaining the written word to our fellow travelers, you must speak more slowly.
Yeah, we'll have to update story time with Marcus.
All right. So she says, "Tell father, fine. I'll marry that man if that's what it takes to save our lands." And then she kind of like passes out.
Technically, that's a verbal contract. Ooh, I choose Funky Buddha.
Sounds good. Okay.
I won't say that to anyone until later tonight when we're by ourselves.
Okay.
I'll mention.
Yeah. So you do your medicine stuff. You give her the Ulo hair treatment.
It's Pantene.
Hello, fucking hair treatment is the name of this episode, unless something better happens.
Oh my gosh.
Ulo hair treatment.
Century House MD.
Yeah, Jesus. All right.
Oh shit. Yeah, so I'll just kind of learn what I can and take care of her a little bit. But whatever this is.
You do a good job, but whatever. You know that she confides in you a bit, and so she seems to be at least responding to what you're doing, but not really enough that she seems like she may improve or anything.
Oh no,
like that.
I didn't figure.
Would he, with his medicine check, would he have confirmed that it actually seems like a real sickness, or is there potential for anything else? I mean, you know, could it be poisoning, as Beardsley has intimated?
I mean, he had a critical success on his thing. It does seem to be some sort of wasting sickness, but it doesn't share the same patterns of any known wasting sickness from the book that you guys pulled.
Are we there with her now? Are we there with her now?
No.
No, I was asking I was just asking out of curiosity because of his first aid check.
I'm curious. Do they know where this originated at? Was there someone else in the family? hell, I'll just ask the guy. I guess I don't got to ask you, but
You know, Arctis says that no, she's the only one that's been struck with this sickness. It is no contagion that is known.
was there?
They're aware. There are no other instances of it.
Has she considered getting up to get down with the sickness? Okay, I have no idea.
God damn it.
You're grounded. What the fuck?
That joke was disturbing.
Oh, Jesus.
In about 2 minutes, I've been trying to figure out how to do this.
Here we go.
That's awesome.
All right.
Ooh, ah.
I do think that we should go follow the knight that went off to procure some herbs, because I'm assuming that Ulo's thing did not cure her. Otherwise, that's a freakishly good roll.
All right. So we need some Eric root and some Gardener's Bane.
I'll
All
bring
the
all that
description
information
of-
back to you guys and
What they look like, so we know.
Yeah,
That is-
seriously. Would any of you guys know, is there like an herbalist among us? Like all of us can first aid each other, which is great. We could have like a first aid party. You don't even need a short rest. But like, what's the skill? There's no herbalism. What is that?
I'm sure the doctor could have told you what
Yeah,
it looks like, right?
Yeah, maybe give us a sketch or something, or like.
I'm sure he
a
might
chosen-
have told us. Talking about going to get it.
Technically, Garen has like 100 million in awareness. He can probably just walk outside and trip on it.
It's right
Looky
here.
here.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's green
my
giant.
nemesis, Eric's
Yeah.
root. Ah, shit, my other foot, Gardener's Bane. What are the odds?
Yeah, I got
Tell me the odds.
sketches, descriptions where the stuff would be growing. Like, would you find it at the base of trees or something like
Good
that?
call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the other knights went.
On troll
Unless
nuts.
I'm a
Boyden-
falcon, I could probably do that.
It
Boyden
grows.
could tell you
It
that
grows
they
on the
went-
nuts
they
of
went
trolls.
Towards the, they went to the west. Towards the
West.
towards the
I have a
forest.
10 in gaming. Does that mean I'll risk it? Does that mean like I'll just go grab something?
This is a sister room. It looks
Yeah.
quite different.
Yeah.
It has the same effect.
Yeah, this is Daughter's Bane.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm being very helpful. I do think that we should go on this quest really quick.
I love the fact that when you come back to tell us, you'll be explaining to Lady Ellsworth that, in your expert opinion, she is very sick.
Mm. So yeah. How does that work out? Do we gather before Lady Elspeth,
Yeah,
or do you
so
just come
you can
like?
you don't gather in front of Lady Ellsworth, but you can get back together in the evening after dinner.
Yeah, I don't think I need to go talk to Ellsworth. I'm just gonna go have dinner.
Yeah.
I'll
So-
tell them about what she said about she's willing to marry to end the war or whatever.
I can't forage on empty stomach. Ooh, actually, go ahead, Ulo. I want to watch this.
I would just tell the group what she said. She was willing to marry him if it meant an end to all this.
You announce it to the entire room?
No, to just us. After
Damn.
we reconvene after dinner.
Hear ye, hear ye. No, yeah.
Hey, everybody!
The last will and testament of the young lady.
If the war is going so well, why would she need to marry to end the conflict?
So I think Beardsley sort of wanders off for a moment, just kind of thinking through what Ulo shared, and I want to find a map. I'm sure they have one. What's west of here that matters? What's like a local-ish map? What's west of here that could be dangerous?
So I mean,
Sorry,
west of
guys.
here is the forest. So just across the river.
Fucking Fae. There are going to be a bunch of Fae, a bunch of trolls. Probably this stuff
Whoa.
grows.
I got
Devilry
the
lives in
I
the
got-
forest.
Remind you of the Fae ring. We're gonna be okay.
Until you
And
realize that this stuff,
Ulo's got a ton of chest hair. We're
Yeah,
gonna be able to pull this off.
this stuff only grows on
With
like
my chest hair and that Fey ring, we're great.
no, this
Yeah,
stuff grows
so-
only on
so
like
from Lincoln.
troll
From
ass.
Lincoln, it's just about 10 miles to the west is where the Trent River is, just inside the forest. So along the river inside the forest is where he says it typically grows.
Can I smooge with, I don't know, whoever could tell me like is there lore about the forest to the west? Like, it seems kind of definite
really.
that, right? Like what's out there? Is it, oh, these strange roots grow on troll ass in the western forest, and we're gonna have to go?
No, nothing of that nature. This particular forest here is not considered like the fairy realm or anything like that. This is well north of the Dean Forest.
Okay. So no clear indication of danger they would be walking into, like, oh, here be dragons kind of thing, just like...
No.
Okay. No. So that's probably how I spend my time, just kind of learning about the forest, what's there, and whatever.
You do know that there's some large sheep farms out that direction before you get to the
Tell
farm.
Bjorn about that.
Bjorn's excited.
The largest one is the Bellin farm.
The Bellin farm.
Mm-hmm.
Given the opportunity with the young knight that let us in, I'd like to track him down, and the nature of that conversation is really that it's a shame that Lady Sin is sick. It would appear that she is of age to be married, and I'm just curious what if the Duke and his wife, Lady Ellsworth, had any plans for.
Yeah, she's 18. She's just slightly older than or slightly younger than him. They've known each other for a while, and they've always been very. Lady Aphrodite was always the very quiet one, and so forth. The Lady Swen, it was the more verbal, outspoken. She was very much that no lands or grievances should be honored to the Centurion King. That his destruction of some of the northern farms and stuff like that were inexcusable, and that he should be held to account, and that no marriage or anything like that should be made between them. For peace, the only peace should be when the Centurion King is driven back north where he came from and weakened to the point where he should never be able to come back again in any time. She's very, very military inclined.
What do you hear of word on the front, and what aspirations do you have to? I'm assuming you would like to be out there fighting. How does it go?
I just follow the orders of the Duke.
Don't we all?
Garrison duty is what I'm here for, and that's what I shall do.
What do you hear of the front?
Not much. Unfortunately, it's not shared with me much of what's going on. Most of the speaking is done with the lady, and the Duke occasionally. Kelvin and Landry, both knights of the household, were really the go-to guys. Like the other important knights of the household, almost all of them, a good 300 of them went north.
Have any returned? Either
No,
for break or for healing?
no, none have returned. The doctor went with them, so they would not have to. He was a surgeon, but he was with them, which hence left us an absence of a doctor here at home. Hence
Who brings
why we-
messages from the front to Lady Ellsworth and King or Duke?
Normally a courier.
And is there somebody who's come recently, and are they here?
No, they had returned a few days ago.
Thank you.
Yes, he says, I do know there's much going on within these lands. Lindsey is plagued with financial problems from last year. the harvest was low. It began shortly before the Centurion King's invasion. And there has been an absence of livestock have begun going missing.
It's been good to talk to you. Thank you.
Yes.
We'll make my way back to the group and share.
Okay.
The plot thickens, and we kind of recap this that we've got small problems and big problems, and it may be that the things are not as good here as Lady Elswith and the Duke would have us believe.
Of course.
And based on what Ulo and Bjorn have found out, there may be plans to make some sort of peace with the Centurion King.
That would gain him territory. That cannot happen.
This cannot happen.
How can they not see this ploy? It's as clear as day.
They appear to be in desperation. And what little treasure we brought from Roderick will likely not make a dent in this. The good news is it seems that Lady Cien has a side of her that would resist this if we could get her healed and maybe appeal to the Duke that this plan is not sound.
So let us first find the truth.
Marching into court and saying, "Hey, we heard you're broke," I don't know that that's going to work.
Perhaps first we find the roots, as the doctor said, that he needs to cure her, and find some indication of the mighty Sir Landry's demise. Or
yes.
Or
well, if their daughter's not dying, they might have the more courage to stand up and continue fighting.
Half of these people are probably complicit in this. You know that, Marcus. Look at them. They eat each other from the inside. Vile. Do you see it?
I'll not make such assumptions about them without more proof.
You don't need proof. You just need to open your eyes. Look at them. The sick child is in the best night out on an errand. He disappears. Oh my. The enemy is encroaching on our territory. Not that our best knight's a double agent. Not that our best knight. Not that our best knight.
Come out. We've gone too far.
The best knight could be laid low by a lame horse on the road.
Or by ignoring the obvious. I pat you on your chest. We'll see which it is, won't we?
Well, let's just hope it's not something so sinister as you have in your mind.
I'm okay with either.
Either way, we should head west and find the roots.
Yeah, I think
it's like we're all suddenly like, oh, he speaks the truth.
The next day, we should present to the Duke and Lady Elswith that, per our commitment to help while we're here, we would like to travel west. And in making that announcement, I would pay sort of homage to the fact that a sick child or the care of a child is tough no matter what. When one ails, it's particularly challenging, and that the lady is of the age when her life will just be beginning, and I'm sure that marriage is on minds. And see if I could get any reaction or commitment from them that there are plans for Lady Sim.
You mean plans for her, like?
Yeah, like I'm assuming that you're at 1 minute you're planning for a marriage, and the next minute she's sick, and you're not sure if she's going to make it. It's got to be terribly.
Yes, we had hoped to marry her to a Southern family.
a Southern family? Would I know who this is?
Not exactly. I don't. I'd have to look it up to see.
No, I'm just I'm asking more. Would she reveal who it was, or is she speaking sort of duplicitously, like, yeah, we've got plans for her to
speak very cryptic.
This is a very that's what I'm getting at. Okay.
Yes. You would think that if they were in a strong position, they could get a better match for her.
Yeah, exactly.
But in a weakened state, while at war and stuff like that, it'd be very tough to get a good match for her.
All right, so some confirming feelings. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So that would be us preparing to head out to search for Sir Landry and Kelvin. And this party is super fun, but it's also 11:15, so.
Yeah, so this is probably a good place to wrap up for today. And then in the future here, you guys will ride off to the west to investigate if you can either A, find out what has happened to Sir Landry and Sir Kelvin and their squires, or find the roots and bring them back to hopefully save Lady Swen and her sickly nature.
So will be Sir Marcus's first session.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Ladies,
Dave, so glad to have you.
So thanks a lot, guys, for joining in. I mean, we had 7 people tonight, including us. I guess
more than 7, man.
Yeah, we're in the 7.
It got up into the 9s, dude. It got up in the high 9s. It was like 9 and 3/4
That's
people.
Pretty good. Feeling pretty happy about that. With a little bit of, we successfully did some marketing last time and actually put some posts out.
It's true.
So we should be in 2 weeks, guys. Hopefully.
The 9s.
You're still broadcasting, yeah?
Yeah,
I am. Why would I stop? What's wrong with you? He's talking to people. That would be weird if I wasn't broadcasting. He's just like.
But yeah, we'll be shooting for the 12th. Look for our posts to do, and
yeah. So what do we have? What next Sunday?
Yep, the 10th.
Oh, the 10th.
Yeah,
so the 10th we're doing a superhero campaign, ladies and gentlemen. It's really something. It's a little creepy and weird, and it's Tyler and his alternate ego. It's Byron, it's James, and Eric's in there as well. We're also introducing a new player, and it's kind of a new old player. So Dion's going to jump in. He's got a really cool character I'm excited about. You might have seen his character generation video. And Tyler, when are we doing Deadlands? You or Byron? Maybe you know this is 20. Fucking, I don't know. It's a Monday.
One of the Mondays.
Tyler.
Oh yeah, I just got promoted today. Sorry, I haven't been real on top of everything.
We've got 9 people that rated.
Shattered Tabletop Games arrives right now at the end with a party of 9.
Right at the end.
Right at the end.
Yes. I will have, so Horror Dead Girl, if you show up and participate in the Deadlands thing, I'll give you a vampire. You get to name the NPC and tell me one thing that is awkward about said vampire. Send it to gm@mythbrigade.com so that Byron doesn't hear about it. All right. Hell yeah. We'll do that. Yeah, but no, thank you guys for watching on a Tuesday.
Like the 11th. The 11th is possibly Deadlands.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So the 11th
right,
of July is the Deadlands. Yeah.
And that'll be it for tonight.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Extend the gift that you were born with, the index clicker finger. We're going to end it here. Good night.